Hey guys, it's Chris back with another video on my channel. It's the start of a brand new year and NAMM is ahead of us. It's an exciting time. And I know I say this in every video because, I do think every video is exciting, but today really is an actually special video because it's the first time that the product I'm about to show you has ever been seen on YouTube and in the wild. And the reason I bring up NAMM is because it will be being showcased there today, the day that I've released this video. And I'm sure if you're there, you'll be able to go and check it out at the SSL booth. Please go and check out the headline guys as well and say hi to them. They are wonderful people. And it's because of them that I'm able to bring you this video today. So thank you so much, Greg and the team. Appreciate everything you guys do. Maybe next year I'll be able to join you guys at NAMM together. So here we are. This is, the SSL-18. Here we are, people. It's real. This is SSL's first ever 1U rack unit audio interface. And let me tell you, they have not shied away from going all out. It's big time. This thing is epic. I'm going to read you some features really quickly just to show you what exactly is in this bad boy. I'm going to get my little YouTube play button that I got sent from YouTube a long time ago to try and prop it up there and showcase it off. All right, so I've got the dealer pack here. I've got some key features because today is just a first impressions video. The full review will be coming shortly after this. So we get 26 in, 28 out USB-C audio interface, obviously compliant, so it works on Mac, Windows, iPad, Android, tablet, all that kind of stuff. It'll just plug and play, no drivers, excellent stuff. We kind of expect that these days. You've got 8 microphone line level inputs. You've got 2 in the front here, 6 on the back, and there's another little special treat that I'll talk about in a second. These microphone or line level inputs all have the 4K analog enhancement, which basically, if you don't know much about that, it's from the 4000 series, and those preamps had a real kind of like special warmth to them, and that is in here. So you can just click to invert that and it just gives it a little warmth, a little boost on the actual channel. It does bake it into the sound, which is really, really special. You've got a lot of options here on these mic level inputs. You've got inputs 1 and 2. They're switchable, obviously, to instrument level, which is nice because they're on the front, so you can just record guitars straight into it. The line inputs bypass the preamp, so it's great for if you're using external preamps. You've got 10 balanced line outputs. Obviously great if you've got multiple speakers, or also really great if you want to use this as a playback interface, which is something to consider. So you can configure the output level for pairs 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 to best match your monitors. You get +9 or +24 dBu of configuration there. You've got DC coupled outputs. They're capable of sending control voltages to synths and modular rigs. You get 2 independent headphone outputs with dedicated level controls. Well, they basically are headphone amps because you can actually switch 3 different modes. You've got a standard, high sensitivity, and high impedance, which is great for different types of headphones that you might want to use, especially in different situations. You know, if you're tracking versus mixing or versus just producing in the box, you might end up wanting to use different headphones in those kind of situations. We'll talk more about that in a minute as well. You can obviously create custom headphone mixes, and you can also repurpose them as line outputs. So once again, if you're using this as a playback interface, you've actually got 14 analog outputs in the box, which is really great, really powerful. You've got a dedicated talkback input with listen mic compressor. So that's that extra little thing I was talking about a second ago. This is really cool. That was another feature of the 4000 series where people like Phil Collins famously used the talkback mic is a room mic to capture the ambient sound of the drums, which was in a totally separate space, and then they routed that back through the compressor that was on that talkback mic, and it just gave this really great, crazy like smash drum sound. And I do wonder if that's where the actual concept of drum smash bus came from. I'm going to have to research that a little bit more and find out that for the full review. So let's continue on here. You've got obviously a lot of digital I/O because I said earlier, this is 26 in and 28 output interface. That in and out has to come from digital clock-in sources. You know, it just allows you to integrate that so much easier. You've got lots of varying options as well because you can use 16 channels of ADAT I/O at 44 or 48 kilohertz, or you can use 8 channels at a full 96 kilohertz, which is really cool. Your MIDI I/O, they've saved a bit of space on, which is quite nice. Let me turn that round so you can see it. I'll do some nice sweeps as well. But we've got MIDI I/O on the back here in the form of 3.5mm jacks. Now I will say this is a prototype unit, so I'm not sure what's officially going to be in the box when you buy this, but I would like to think that those 3.5mm breakout cables will be included as part of your product experience. Let's hope so anyway. And I'll try and find out a bit more information on that for the full review. Which, by the way, if you're not already subscribed, make sure to get subscribed, hit the notification bell so that as soon as this full review drops, you're in the know. All right? Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Is that you? Like? Subscribe? Excellent. Thanks a lot. Comment if you did. Appreciate it. So finally, not finally, but to kind of continue onwards, we've got next generation 32-bit 192 kilohertz converters, which means that these microphone preamps have got outstanding dynamic range. Just so much headroom. It's basically impossible to clip when you've got 32-bit recordings. It's just so brilliant. You also get 67 dB gain range so that you can work with any microphone. So if you've got like an SM7B, you don't need a cloud lifter for that anymore. Just plug it straight into this interface and you've got oodles of gain. Absolute oodles of it, all right? Moving on, you've got a low latency mixer built into this. So this is actually more than just an audio interface. It's a fully functioning digital mixer. You could, in theory, not even in theory, you could just mix a band in the box on this and then route it using the loopback feature that is in this back to a Zoom or a YouTube live stream or a Teams briefing. Hey, let's say you're a band doing demos and you want to get agents or reps on a Zoom Teams meeting, or let's say, oh my word, let's say you're a function band and you obviously don't have the time to go and set up at lots of different venues. Why don't you set up a private live stream for potential clients where everything is perfectly mixed and sounds incredible, and then they are just watching from the comfort of their own homes at a private live stream that you're in control of, all perfectly synced up over audio and video, giving them the best experience, letting them ask you questions. Like, you know what I mean? This is really powerful, all in one unit interface here. Really cool. The great thing about that SSL360 software, which is the digital mixer that powers all of this, that lets you route all your inputs and outputs any way you want. You can create control room mixes, you can create custom monitor mixes, you can route all the inputs and outputs like I said, and you've got outboard effects that you can bring in or personal monitoring systems that you can use to really just be comprehensive in your workflow here. You can also save and load different mixer profiles for the workflows that we were talking about earlier, you know, mixing, tracking, production. Really, really handy. I also mentioned you've got stereo loopback, which is great for that live stream thing, or if you want to send it back through a Zoom session. Let's say you're working on a mix and you want to show a client, really handy for that. Finally, you've got the SSL production pack software included when you buy this, and that is worth over £1,400. So you've got a lot of great plugins that can enhance your recordings and really make a professional finished experience for somebody that you can sell or buy or put onto modern streaming platforms and things like that. So this was just a first impressions today, and I've got to say, my first impressions are that, mate, this looks really, really cool. Everything is really tactile, and that's one of the things I love about SSL. Let's move a little play button out of the way. That's one of the things I love most about them. All their knobs are really easy to twiddle. They're not too close to each other. There's a lot of like finger room in between. The knobs feel really smooth as well. They're not clunky, and these buttons are the kind of perfect amount of click as well. You've obviously got a little LCD display here which shows you kind of key factors that are engaged on those mic line level inputs. And your power button here, just to finish off, I really like this power button because you click it in to be on, and then so it kind of indents in the way, which means it would be really hard to accidentally power that off. You kind of have to be very purposeful about going back in to power it off. So that is a really nice little feature that I don't think other people consider. And like I say, there's a lot of power packed into a very small 1U space here. Now, there's no outlets for fans or anything like that, so we're going to have to check to see if it gets hot or if it just manages, just kind of copes. Who knows? We'll see how it gets on. But that is it. This is the interface. I'm really excited to test this out. I've got a buddy, Matt Russell, who is an incredible drummer, and we've talked about drums today already with that talkback mic compressor. So I think we're going to have to, as part of the review, record some drums. Matt, I hope you're keen on getting involved in this with me. I will be hitting you up very soon because I would love to hear your drums through this interface, my friend. Alright guys, hey, if you're at NAMM, I hope you're having a great time. I hope you're really enjoying it, and I hope that you get to see all the different products. Like I said, stop by the SSL booth, say hello to the headline guys. They are incredible people. And hey, maybe if I don't see you at NAMM, I'll see you in the next video. Alright, peace out guys. Thanks a lot. Bye!